This morning, I've got a little bit of time, so I'm gonna try and get the lights wired up on the tractor. And I bought a block heater for it too, so I'm gonna put that on. To do that, it's gonna be easier if I take the loader off though. So let's take that off. It'll be the first time, so we both get to do it. It's actually really easy to do. Now it's just the hydraulic lines. So as you saw, it's really easy to take this loader off. I probably should have picked it up a little bit higher though, because it was close to the front tires when I backed up from underneath it, but not a big deal. I just know for next time to pick it up more, but it literally 2 minutes to take this thing off. Now with today's work, I'm gonna be running 2 lines from the battery back for the lights and then one back for the snowblower controls. And part of that is I just want to make sure I don't overload circuits, because some of these motors take a lot. I run them at the same time. The lights, I just want to make sure that I don't ruin anything. So to do that, it's going to be easier to get in on the side running the wires back. The other piece is block heater. It's in on this left-hand side. Now I can take the panel off. I don't have to work around loader arms. Now to start, I'm going to get all the lights mounted, then worry about tying all the wiring in. Now these are what they call a John Deere brush guard, I think is what they are, something like that. It doesn't say on the box, but they go over the lights and just kind of protect it. $100. Now it does come with this extra thick piece, I don't know, it's like 1/4 3/8 metal that goes in between it. I'm not 100% sure what it's for, but it came with longer hardware in these, so I might as well use them rather than just throwing them in the scrap pile. There, both of those are on. That literally took 5 minutes to put those on. Really easy, just 2 new bolts, and then the brackets, and plus that other heavy piece of metal that I don't know what it does. But those are on. Just something else, and then there's already a pre-drilled hole up in top to mount the new lights to, so I'll probably start with those. All right, the 2 side ones are on the fenders. Kind of a pain. I had to cut down those bolts. 3/4 of an inch was too long. They were hitting the lights, so there's just a little bit of room, but nothing's tight there. It's just all snugged up because I want to be able to aim them later and kind of get them where I want, which would probably be nighttime or this time of year, like 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Now I'm on the one up top. A little bit more of a pain, but it should be all right. So I went to the fab shop and we made up these pieces of flat bar, stainless steel. These sandwich on top of the roll bar, and then the lights hang off the bottom of that. That way we don't have rust running down. So we'll get these mounted up, then we'll put the lights onto them. Everything just goes loose for now though. Those are on, just flat bars on top, flat bars on the bottom, all stainless, it won't rust. I did shoot those with black, that way they blend in a little bit, just, it dresses it up, you know, I mean, you gotta keep it classy. So those are up. That took a little bit more work than it should have. And part of it's because it's different brackets. The other ones were on the side on the old one, so it made it easier to pivot it. This one, I'm not quite able to roll them down as far as I want. And I don't really want the lights up on top of the roll bar because then you just hit more stuff. I'd rather have them protected. So we'll see. I may have to change that, but hopefully not. But those are up. Now it's just wiring. So on the John Deere's, right here, it's a black and purple nub that come down, and what that is that's the power coming from the switch up on the dash so that you can wire your lights in off the switch. You don't have to add a switch. It's black and purple. But I gotta get power from the battery back to here, put a relay. So chasing this wire is gonna be a little bit more of a challenge than I initially thought, but when I got looking at it, I could take the whole front off the tractor. So the cowl is now over there. Just 4 little clips, you unplug the wire for the headlights and off that came. So now I'm gonna drain the coolant out because I'm gonna try and do the block heater right now. Why? I need to go get wire, I think, for the other bucket, and it's right here. Let me get something to hold it up. So it's a bucket holding the bucket. Now I just open up the drain. Maybe. I need pliers. Open up the reservoir cap, or the radiator cap, so it doesn't have a vacuum on it. I'll run right up. We'll probably take close to a gallon out. That way we know it's definitely down below that spot in the motor. We may take the whole pail out, so I'll have to pay attention. So right in there, you can see that square lug. Right in there, that's where that plug is that I have to take out to put the block heater in. And there's not a lot of room. I'm gonna be working by a little bit of braille and those pliers. So let's see how. Now it's time for the breaker bar. Wow, that thing doesn't want to come off. There she went. I don't have enough coolant out of it yet. So the plug's out. Now I've got to try and weasel the block heater in there, which is going to be a challenge. There's no doubt about that. So I just pulled the exhaust off where it comes out of the particulate filter because I can't get back in there very good. So let's see if this helps. I've only got an adjustable because my socket that I bought won't fit. So I may have to go borrow a wrench, but let's see if I can get this. Finally getting it now. I had to take and loosen up the alternator, take the belt off, and then take the alternator bracket off on top of taking the exhaust pipe off so I can get in. I went and borrowed a wrench. The wrench is too long, so now I'm using an adjustable and I got to keep flipping it over. So it's going. This is a wicked pain in the ass. Probably worth paying them $250 to put it on if you weren't tight like me, but I'll get it. It's just going to take a while. There. That's set now. Now I just gotta see if I can get the wire on, which that could be just as much of a pain. There, that's on. Now I just gotta put everything back together. So when that antifreeze was coming out, I got some crud down in the bucket, so I want to strain that out. So I've got a coffee filter inside my funnel. We'll see if that'll work, and I'll just pour this in. Filling that radiator up is taking longer than I wanted, where I've got to filter that antifreeze. But what I can do while I'm waiting, change the headlight bulbs. That's off, it's out of the way. Make it easy. And get more light when I'm snowblowing this year, which is not far away really. Well, definitely not changing those, seeing how I bought the wrong bulb because I was in a hurry. I didn't check to make sure that they were the same as the 32E. Nice job. So I got the antifreeze back in. Now I'm just rinsing off what little bit spilled so it doesn't get all over everything. Well, so it doesn't make a sticky mess all over everything. It's probably a better way to put it. It shouldn't be too bad, but the block heater's on. I don't have the wire I wanted, so I can't finish the lights, but they're at least mounted. Everything's not tight, but it's gonna work for right now. Tomorrow I'm gonna get some heavier wire. I just wanna make sure that I don't run too light of a wire and end up burning it up. So it was a little bit of a pain to run it, so I'll just wait, then I'll run it tomorrow. But now I'm gonna get the loader put back on this thing and get it put back inside because I got a birthday party to go to. So we'll pick this up tomorrow. Morning everyone. So back at it today, trying to get this tractor lighting project finished up. I had ordered the wrong headlight bulbs, so I couldn't change those yesterday. So I ordered new ones today. Those other ones I ordered wrong, I'll just put on my dad's tractor. They'll fit on his, so I'm not really out anything. And then I got some wire that's heavier. It's 16 gauge wire to be able to run from the battery back. It probably doesn't need it, but better safe than sorry. So I'll take the tractor, get the loader off it again, and then I'm actually going to work today in the driveway because then I can use the creeper on the asphalt. So let's get this done. So I got this 16 gauge wire. It's actually, no, I just made a mess. That's awesome. It's actually trailer wire, so it's got an extra layer of rubber on the outside of it so that it will take a little bit of a beating, especially where it's going to run on the outside of the tractor. Now I just need to find a spot to fish it up to the battery, and then I can work it the rest of the way back. That actually wasn't too bad. Now I just gotta fish it to the back of the tractor. Splicing the two light bars at the top together, and then I'm going to run one wire down, collect the one on the side there, and then go down to the switch, and then from the other side, well, you can't see that, it's over here, that one will go down and come up the other side, so they'll splice together down there. But these are gonna splice, but I gotta cut them back here. So for this, I'm using only heat shrinks for everything. Now this wire will come up, come into here, hook onto these. So now I'm using a snake to fish the wire for the right side. I call it roll bar light, I guess is probably the best way to put it, because I couldn't just snake the wire down. So I got the left side all done. Now it's just the right side, and then wire in the relay and the switch. See how this works. Everything is hooked up now. I got the lights all wired. The battery's all wired up now. I did put a fuse in that. I haven't heat shrinked everything yet because it just, well, I figure if I've got to tear into it, I probably ought to be able to do that. But now let's see if we can fire this thing up and make some light. So, put the key on. And then lights. And there's no lights. There's no lights anywhere. Check the voltmeter. Actually, I'll check the fuse first. May have popped that. Fuse is good. Check back here. Power from the switch is purple. 12 volts. Power from the battery is the red one. That should have power. 12 volts. I got power from everything. Oh, I guess I need the relay. I did shut the switch off just in case. So now we'll check. Let's see now. And contact. Oh, and we got light. One, 2, 3, 4. It's weird how when you put a relay in, you have to actually have the relay in to have the relay relaying. But it's a waterproof relay, so it should be good. So now, just heat shrink everything. Now, those are all heat shrinked, but I'm going to take and tie them up. My old tractor, you could stick them up in the bottom of the roll bar, but this one you can't because it's just got a hole in it. It doesn't have the whole pipe open. So I'm going to tape all that up, get it out of the way so that it stays as one cluster. There, now it's all nice and neat back there, out of the way. All I have to do is go underneath and just put some wire ties on that wire coming from the front to the back. So that'll just take a minute though. There's half of this project done. The other half is I need to aim the lights, which I'm still not sure on that back one up there. I think it's going to be aimed out too far back. I think it's going to be, just because of the way the brackets are, these are different than my other one. And I could flip them, but I don't really want it up on top, so I don't know what I'm going to do. I may end up having to modify that, but the lights all work. They just need to be aimed, but you can't do that during the day, so that'll be probably tonight's project. Now I need to hook up my snowblower controls, which I'm going to use these two blank spots next to the PTO. Probably actually I don't know, I haven't decided yet. One of those three, or two of those three actually. But to get this off, there's 2 screws on the front part from underneath by the tire, and then there's 2 10mm bolts on the back. So I got those out already because it's hard to film, but then I've got my wires here. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab power off of my cigarette lighter and use that to run those. And then who knows what this goes to? Something, but probably not important for me. So see if I can get this going. These in, I'm Make sure they're going the right way as far as up and down. It should just drop right in. Hopefully. So, with these now, all it is power coming in, ground coming into each, and then a left and a right, or a positive and ground. It alternates them when it comes out of it. Power in is on the top, 1 and 4. We'll try number 1. We'll hook those together. I need to know which side of my flat 4. I just use flat 4. Basically, it's an extension, just a loop for a trailer. I use that to run the controls of my snowblower, so it's just a quick disconnect. But I need to know which end goes to the snowblower. Then I'm going to figure out which colors go to which I can always just unplug those off the switches and change it later. But I'm going to try and get as close as I can. So get in the barn and find out. So my splice is all taped up, and I really don't want to open that up just to look at it and see which one does what. So what I'm going to do is I know which end I need. Now I'm just going to know that 2 of them go to one and 2 of them go to the other, and that'll get me close. Then I can just switch it on the switch if I have to from behind. I can just, well, not switch it on the switch, but like unplug it and switch the wires in the back of the switch. So I know that this goes to the back, and this goes up to here. Now I've just got to sneak my wires through. Right there. And that goes through up there. Maybe. Those two should go together. There. That's back in. Now, close it up. So it's on. I don't know if I'll like it though, because it's sticking straight up, so it can hold water potentially. I don't know. I may do something different with that, but now it's just time to pick up, put the hood back on, put the sides on, and this project's done.
So it's a little bit later now, and I finally finished up all my repairs. And, well, we've got snow on the ground, but this is the original halogen headlights that, you know, they work, but they just don't put off great light. So I upgraded to LED bulbs. So from the seat, you can see they've got decent light coming out of them, not a bunch. It doesn't really put a lot of forward light, but we'll see after I swap out into the LED lights what it looks like. So it's not a huge difference with the LEDs just facing forward. It's a little bit crisper light, but I'm not getting a huge bang for the buck with that one. Here's where the difference is. This is with the front light bar on and the back one. So as you can see, it's like daylight with this thing. That light coming off the top is crisp. It just puts out a ton of light. You can see the lights behind it. There's no blind spots when I'm out snow blowing or, you know, moving totes of firewood at night. There's a lot of light coming off this tractor now. from the back. The two side lights that are down low put good light out to the side. The light bar at the top puts a ton out. There's no blind spots off the back, so getting up on the tractor when I'm backing up snow blowing, I can see everything back there perfectly clear to where there's nothing I got to really worry about. Look forward, tons of light. Once you go from having all that light down to just regular headlights with the LED bulbs, not even worth it. You definitely need to put the extra light up high so you can see everything.